Hey guys, so in this tutorial we're going to look at the general theme settings a little bit closer. So the way you get to the general theme settings is down here, basically on any page within the customizer. And so if anyone's not familiar, these theme settings are essentially site-wide settings. So these are settings that will make changes across generally the entire website. So the first general theme setting that we have are the add to cart button settings. So here we can change the color of the add to cart buttons and also the color of the text within the add to cart buttons. So you can see an example here. If you want to change the actual text within the add to cart buttons or a lot of different places in the theme, then you actually do this under the language settings for your theme. So it's actually not within this customizer window. You would need to back out to the Shopify theme page and edit the languages file for your theme to edit this text. Next is the typography. So this is pretty self-explanatory, but any of the body text, like here, for example, you would change the font style here. So these are all the preloaded font styles from Shopify that we have access to. So if we click on this guy, for example, then we'll see the paragraph font change for our theme. So you can see it update there. This is where we're going to enter our social links. So Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, YouTube. And then we can also turn on sharing for our social networks. So this is, it comes up like on the blog page, for example, if we just go there quickly. So, I think you'd actually have to look into, we don't have any blog articles yet for this store, but if you create a blog article, then you would have options to share it via Facebook or Twitter or Pinterest here. The next is the bundle card section. So if we hop over to one of our custom landing pages, you can see that the font style updated on this page as well because we changed it here. So this is an example of one of the bundle cards. So if we go into the bundle card settings here for custom landing page 2, we can change this from 3 cards to 2 cards. So you can see it updated now to only include 2 cards, and we can also change the background color behind the cards here as well. The favicon, so this is the small little logo that you see on desktops, like in your tab. So this is a pretty standard Shopify setting. The power theme key code, so this is where you enter the key code like we just went over in the last lesson. The Font Awesome Pro subscription code, so this is where you enter the subscription code for Font Awesome if you have it. And if you guys remember, Font Awesome is what we use to grab different icons for. So if you scroll down to an icon section here, so these 4 icons are Font Awesome icon codes. And I believe these are all just free icon codes, but if you do have a pro subscription, you would have access to additional icons and you can enter the subscription code here. Lastly, the checkout is basically the standard Shopify checkout page. Which looks like this, and these are the settings to modify this checkout page. This is actually the same as any other theme that you probably used in the past. Lastly, the theme style. So it's actually telling us that we need to save our changes before we have access to this. So now that we saved, if we, let's just go back to our homepage for a second. So you can see that the font style we have now is that new one that we selected. But if we reset, so if we click on theme style, this is an option to reset/clear the theme settings. And if we do that, it's going to basically reset all of these general theme settings back to their default. It's important to notice that it actually won't change any page specific sections that we may have put on. Like, for example, in this section, we have these different sections on the homepage. So changing the theme style won't delete any of those, but as you can see, it did update the typography back to the default typography. So it's probably something that you won't really use, but it is there if you ever need it. So that's it for the sort of general theme site-wide settings.